What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. The other weekend, I went down to Louder Than Life Festival in Louisville, Kentucky, and on my way home, I picked up some beers. Stopped by a place called Liquor Barn, had a great selection of beers, and like I said, I picked up a handful of beers, even though my beer fridge is already overstocked. It's a mess. Got a lot of beers to get through. But one of the beers that caught my eye was this one right here. This is TV Wasteland. It's from Dssolvr. It says Dssolvr presents TV Wasteland. It's a German Style Pilsner. And on the side here, it just says Dssolvr. Dark red writing on dark black can in my terrible lighting. Brewed until surreal TV Wasteland German Style Pilsner with 100% Riverbend malt, Chesapeake Pilsner, Chit malt, Tettinger, and Dssolvr, if I read that right. 5.2% alcohol by volume. Nothing else on the can. But this is why the can caught my eye. I mean, TV Wasteland sounds really cool. Now, there's a big blurb on Untappd here. And at the beginning of the blurb, it says, batch from 4/2/25. So April 2nd, 2025. There's no canned on date or anything on the can. But I assume that this is that batch. And when I was looking on Untappd and looking at Beer Advocate, it looks like there's a multitude of different labels for this beer. I wonder if it's kind of a different label for each batch. But who knows, right? And before I forget, Dssolvr's out of Ashville, North Carolina. Kind of funny that I picked up some North Carolina beers at the Liquor Barn, even though I got a whole bunch of beers from that area from the Brew Tubers. But I'm digressing here. Let's get into this little blurb. Welcome to TV Wasteland, set in a universe that morphed our homage to the classical German Pilsner into something all our own. But weirdly now, it's a universe with a crazy mushroom spore zombie situation, which is a bummer. The beer is unchanged, with the recipe creating something like the beer we'd want in our post-disaster zombie world, shared with Pedro Pascal, because, I mean, you've seen that man. This beer will absolutely quench your lager desires, but probably not your apocalyptic Pedro desires. I mean, it might though. At Riverbend Malt, Chesapeake Pilsner lays down the groundwork with some backup from Chit Malt. Then we hit it hard with German Tettinger hops throughout the boil, and then a big burst of American Supersaucer. Yeah, that's what that can said. Supersaucer in the whirlpool. Fermented cool with our go-to lager yeast, naturally carbonated and aged to perfection for 6 weeks. This lager beer is the real deal. Imagine yourself kicking back in a breezy meadow, indulging in the crunch of a perfectly baked biscuit dipped in wildflower honey, adorned with hints of jasmine and rose petals, soft floral with just a touch of malty sweetness that swiftly transitions to bone-dry, extra spicy. Chippy boy territory. Can you taste it yet? Honestly, we're all stoked to see The Last of Us coming back for Season 2, so stock up now and celebrate its victorious and spectacular return to the small screen in a few short weeks. WWPD, talking about Pedro there, obviously. Guess this brewery's a big fan of The Last of Us. I've never seen that show, unfortunately. I just haven't had time. Heard it's a really good show. So I guess this is kind of this version of it is kind of in homage to The Last of Us, or The Last of Us Season 2. So that's pretty cool. So let's get on into it, because I am thirsty. I'm choking here. And this shirt's a little warm to be wearing right now. I chose poorly in my choice outfit for this evening. On Untappd, this gets a 3.83 with 861 check-ins. Beer Advocate gets an 83 good with 5 check-ins. Like I said, I picked this up at the Liquor Barn down outside of Louisville, Kentucky. I think Liquor Barn's a chain in the Louisville area, maybe the Kentucky area. And I paid $3.75 for this. Get a nose on it here. Beautiful pour. That smells kind of honey lemon almost. And of course, I'm back in the studio, so I gotta dip my beak in it, right? Hashtag dip my beak in it. It's just kind of like a honey lemon scent. Smells very inviting. Maybe a little bit of crackeriness on the back end, but kind of a honey lemon, wildflower honey kind of smell. And that's a light lemony yellow color, a little hazy there, maybe some chill haze. Big frothy, 2 fingers of white head. This looks like an inviting beer. I am thirsty. Cheers, everybody. That is crisp. You get a lot of like wildflower honey kind of flavors. You know, like you get a good wildflower honey, you can taste some of the almost floral notes in the honey. It's not as, some of them aren't as sweet as others. And it's like kind of like the clover honey, the wildflower honey. You get a lot of that like wildflower honey flavor in there, but it's not super strong, but it's there enough you can tell. Nice crackeriness in there. Actually, no bitterness to speak of at all. Not picking up any real, maybe a faint bitterness on the very back end. But this is wildflower honey, sweetness, crisp crackeriness, delicious. This is an excellent beer for a hot summer day, although it is now a fall evening here in Cleveland. Excellent beer. TV Wasteland from Dssolvr. Give me a big horns up. Hope you all think my video deserves a big horns up. If you do, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching, and as always, embrace the adventure.